Hollywood science fiction movies have popularized the concept of aliens to the point where many people now see them as just another set of fictional characters, much like Marvel or DC superheroes. However, there are still those who genuinely believe in the existence of extraterrestrial beings. Some are even convinced that these aliens belong to highly advanced civilizations and visit Earth to assess our military capabilities. Take for example, the jellyfish UAP sighting over an American military base in Iraq in 2018. And in 2024 alone, there have already been 10 UFO and alien sightings, with 4 of them occurring in the United States. These include a 10-foot alien spotted outside a mall in Miami, a black disc-like object seen at New York's LaGuardia Airport, a metallic sphere witnessed at a U.S. Navy air show, and the most recent sighting in Palmdale and Lancaster, California, where residents were startled by a brightly illuminated UFO that reportedly landed on the beach. This has led alien and UFO hunters speculating that 2024 might be the year in which aliens finally make contact with humanity. Whether this encounter will be peaceful or hostile still remains to be seen. Some firmly believe that aliens are already in communication with government officials of certain superpowers, while others believe that aliens are not from other galaxies but from inner Earth itself. Yes, there are certain theories that believe that aliens actually live below the surface of the Earth. And hence today, we will take a deep dive into 3 eerie theories with such startling evidence that you might start questioning everything that you were made to believe till today. So without wasting any further time, let's jump right into these unexplained alien mysteries. Welcome to Lab 360, it's time to explore. Number 1, Aliens in Alaskan Mountain Base. In December 2023, the UAP Disclosure Act came into effect. As per this law, the U.S. government will collect all data of UAP sightings and disclose them to the public within 25 years. This further solidified the belief of UFO and alien hunters that the U.S. government is definitely hiding something from them. And this is not the first time that the U.S. government has been dragged into such a controversy. Many actually believe that Area 51 in Nevada, USA is actually a secret military base where alien spaceships and even some extraterrestrials are kept in containment for research purposes. Similarly, there is also a theory of the U.S. government working in close contact with extraterrestrials somewhere in Alaska. Surprisingly, Alaska is also ill-famed for innumerable UFO sightings. And the hotspot for this strange phenomena is called the Alaska Triangle. The Alaska Triangle is the area between Anchorage, Juneau, and Barrow, Alaska, which is along the border between Canada and the state of Alaska. The Alaska Triangle has been compared to the notorious Bermuda Triangle that is infamous for the mysterious disappearance of ships and airplanes over many centuries seemingly without any logical explanation. Within the Alaska Triangle lies Mount Hayes, which is the highest mountain in the U.S. state of Alaska, and also the area in doubt for the U.S. government alien conspiracy theory. UFO sightings are reported with great frequency when it comes to Mount Hayes. Residents in the area have reported sightings of UFOs, flying saucers, and strange lights in the area around Mount Hayes. Some even believe that there is a secret alien base within the mountain, as most of the UFOs are said to disappear without any trace in the sky, implying that there might be a portal through which the UFOs enter within the mountain. And for the longest time, eyewitness testimony was the only evidence to prove that Mount Hayes was a UFO hotspot. That until 1995, when declassified documents revealed that Mount Hayes was mentioned in a very top-secret government project. The project was named Stargate. Stargate was supposedly a project carried out by the CIA. And in these declassified documents, it was clearly reported that Mount Hayes was an extraterrestrial underground base. And if this information was startling, then the manner in which these details were obtained will be even more shocking. Going back to the CIA's top-secret project, Stargate, the alien base information was supposedly disclosed by an experimental investigation technique that was used in the project. This technique is known as remote viewing and was used extensively during the Cold War with the Soviet Union. It is a psychic projection technique where the remote viewer, aka the psychic, is made to sit in one location and can look into a different place anywhere on Earth purely by the power of their mind. Project Stargate's main purpose was to use such psychic spies to find crucial information about the Soviet Union's plans. And the most famous remote viewer from the project was a man named Patrick Price, who was a former police officer. Price was the psychic who reported the alien base in Mount Hayes during one of his remote viewing sessions. He vividly described what he saw, and it shocked everyone in the CIA. He said that while remote viewing Mount Hayes, he saw that there were structures existing beneath the mountain. Tunnels, tubes, pathways, corridors, an entire proper research facility within the mountain. And on deeper investigation, he even saw geographical instrumentation and lots of computers and scientific equipment. But what stunned him right in his chair was seeing extraterrestrials working alongside military personnel at that remote mountain base. And in a shocking turn of events, post that remote viewing session, Patrick Price mysteriously passed away after a few days. Is Price's death in some way a cover-up by the US government, as they were afraid that he would disclose this information publicly? Was he just another whistleblower who was silenced before he could reveal some top-secret information? And do you think that extraterrestrials are still operating out of that mountain base in Alaska? Number 2, reptilian aliens living in Vietnam. Now coming back to Vietnam. In 1991, in the Quang Binh province of Vietnam, a Vietnamese local came across a strange entrance to a mysteriously hidden mountain cave, called the Sun Dong Cave. The entrance was too steep to explore, and so he avoided doing so, but kept a note of its location. After almost 20 years, the British Cave Research Association finally decided to explore the cave, after getting to know about it from that local. Upon entering that cave, the researchers found out something that left them completely startled and dumbstruck. This huge cave had dense jungle overgrowth and running streams of water. Almost like a subterranean Amazon rainforest. What's shocking is that this cave has little sunlight that seeps in through numerous areas in the ceiling of the cave that has collapsed over the years. This just happens to be the largest underground chamber on planet Earth. The cave is almost 40 stories high and runs through the Earth for almost 6 miles. It seemed to be like a totally different world. Researchers found that there is an entire growing ecosystem and estimated the cave to be almost 3 million years old. But locals in the area have something very frightening to say about this mysterious Sun Dong Cave. According to them, this is the dwelling place for strange reptilian-looking creatures. Many locals have vividly described seeing reptilian-like humanoids coming out of the Sun Dong Cave at night. These reptilian creatures are said to walk just like humans, have a tail and have very scaly skin like lizards. According to the locals, these reptilian humanoids live deep inside the cave, the part that humans are yet to explore. Shockingly, US military personnel also came in contact with reptilian-looking humanoids during the Vietnam War in the 1970s. The US soldiers gave the same description as the locals. They saw upright lizard-looking people inhabiting deep caves in Vietnam. Maybe those caves were just another opening to the subterranean reptilian world. Similarly, reptilian-looking humanoids have also been seen in other parts of the world, like in Cusco, Peru. Researchers came across multiple tunnel systems inside caves when they tried to find out if there was any truth to these reptilian creatures. But no concrete evidence of their existence was found, and hence the entrance to these caves were eventually sealed. Number 3. Aliens living in inner Earth Antarctica. Back in 1978, the CIA, also known as the Central Intelligence Agency, started a secret project called Project Stargate. Project Stargate's main purpose was to use psychic spies to find crucial information about the Soviet Union's plans during the Cold War. They were using a psychic projection technique called remote viewing, where the remote viewer, aka the psychic, was made to sit in one location and can look into a different place anywhere on Earth purely by the power of their mind. During one such remote viewing session, psychic spy Patrick Price saw an alien base inside Mount Hayes in Alaska, USA. There he saw extraterrestrials working alongside military personnel in a highly advanced research facility. When he described that to the CIA, they were totally dumbstruck. But in a shocking turn of events, post that remote viewing session, Patrick Price mysteriously passed away after a few days. Was this just a cover-up by the US government, or did the aliens that Price saw have something dastardly to do with his sudden death? But this was not the first time that aliens were seen living in a frigid area on Earth. Back in 1945, a startling revelation was made about Antarctica that shook the entire scientific community to its core. US naval officer and explorer Admiral Richard Byrd was one of the first pilots to fly over both the North and South Pole. He was also part of Operation High Jump, the largest expedition ever to travel to Antarctica. It included 13 ships, 23 aircrafts, and over 4,500 military personnel. The duration of this expedition was to be a total of 4 months, with a list of military goals that had to be achieved. One of the goals of this mission was also to locate potential Nazi military bases in Antarctica. But while trying to search for the secretive military bases, Admiral Richard Byrd and his team came across something highly unexpected that would scare them for a lifetime. The information about this horrid encounter was mentioned in a diary that Admiral Richard Byrd's son found many years after his death. Apparently Admiral Byrd kept this information secret as he was suppressed by the government to do so. The government feared that such information would trigger mass panic around the world. In his diary, Admiral Byrd talked about an entrance to the center of the Earth from the South Pole. And upon discovering that entrance, he and a fleet of military airplanes flew inside that entrance, trying to see where it eventually led to. The fleet of airplanes flew into the Earth, and as they moved ahead, at the end of the tunnel they found another temperate world existing there, totally unaffected by the frigid temperatures at the surface. It was totally lush and green, like suddenly they had been transported to the Amazon rainforest in Brazil. And as they kept flying forward, they found a city with constructions made out of crystal. Then suddenly they noticed flying disc-like objects surrounding them, and after that, they lost total control of their airplanes. Going to say that the advanced technology of those superior beings was able to remotely control US military aircrafts at will. They eventually made them land on the ground and were escorted by alien-looking beings in a cave-like area. There he met the leader of these alien beings, who Admiral Byrd referred to as Master in his diary. The Master then went on to convey to Admiral Byrd that they were highly disappointed by humanity, especially the use of nuclear weapons in World War II. They were really worried about the future of the surface of the Earth. And it all makes perfect sense now, as UFOs are mostly spotted around nuclear launch sites and military bases. Like the recent jellyfish UAP sighting that took place in 2018 at an American military base in Iraq. Aside from peaceful conversation, no harm was done to the Admiral and his team. They were allowed to leave without keeping back any hostages and with all their equipment. It was also mentioned in the same diary that upon their safe return to the surface, Admiral Byrd wanted to share this news with the world, but was ordered to remain silent and never to speak of this publicly by the military. So what do we make of this entire encounter? Was Admiral Byrd just hallucinating because of the extreme temperatures? Or did he actually meet aliens living in inner Earth? And if this alien city actually exists, are these the aliens and UFOs that we have been seeing all this while around our planet? Share your thoughts in the comments section below. And be sure to subscribe to the channel for the latest revelations in space exploration. Hit the bell icon to stay updated, and let's continue to explore together.